Dua number 7. This dua, the Imam has recited it when facing difficult tasks, worrisome tasks, things that bring around anxiety and worry, or when misfortune comes upon you, or in times of distress, something that brings about misfortune or distress. And just like an pandemic that we are facing right now, which has brought down misfortune, obviously, lack of work, lack of income for many people, and a lot of other things, and distress. So when we look at these times, this is the dua that Imam recited in these times. So it starts off, the dua starts off by the Imam telling Allah that Allah, you are in charge. You are the one who is the source of everything that occurs in this world. It's not someone else who does it and you're trying to protect us from it. No, you are in charge of everything. Nothing moves unless you make it happen. So he starts out by saying, Ya man tuhallu bihi uqadal makare. He says, Oh Allah, you are the one who unties the knots of detested things, unlikable things. Things that are unlikable that happens, you untie these knots. You have the power to do that. And وَيَا مَنْ يُفْضَوْ بِهِ حَدُّ الشَّدَائِدِ. Oh, you where the edges of hardships, the cutting edges, because hardships are so sharp that they cut you. You blunt those edges so that people don't get cut by difficulties. Ya man yultamasu minhul mukhrajo ila rawhil faraj. You are the one who brings us out from difficult times that we are unable to get off, and you bring about relief. You make us come to relief. ظلت لقدرتك السحاب. Difficult affairs stop in front of your power. They yield in front of your power. وتسببت بلطفك الأسباب. And means are made ready by your kindness. It's your kindness that you create means when there are no means, and they come about. When there's no door that opens and you find that you're at a dead end, a person is at a dead end, then Allah is the one who creates an opening, a door where you can go through. You are that one. وَجَرَى بِقُدْرَتِكَ الْقَضَاءِ. And decree goes into effect with your power. It's through your power that what has happening and what you have decreed comes about. وَمَضَتْ عَلَى إِرَادَتِكَ الْأَشْيَاءَ فَهِيَ. And all things proceed according to your desire. When you desire something, everything goes about because of you, of your intention. You made the intention. You desired it, and hence it happens. It cannot happen unless you desire it. وَبِإِرَادَتِكَ دُونَ وَبِمَشِيَّتِكَ دُونَ قَوْلِكَ مُؤْتَمِرًا. And your desire is what makes it happen. You don't have to say anything. Once you desire it, once you intend something, then you don't have to give a command. You don't have to say anything for it to happen. It will happen. وَبِإِرَادَتِكَ دُونَ نَهْيِكَ مُنْزَجِرًا. And they will obey your bans without you saying or telling them not to. You don't have to give an order or prohibition to stop things from happening. You just need to ban it. You just need to intend that it's not going to happen. Nothing's going to happen. No one can change that. وَأَنْتَ الْمَدْعُوُّ لِلْمُهِمَّاتِ. You are the one that everyone supplicates to and worry. I mean, you are, meaning in reality you are. Even from atheists, when they are in trouble, when they are problematic in their heart, they call out to you. That God. There's that God, that ultimate power, that hope. When there's no hope, everyone calls out to you. وَأَنْتَ الْمَفْزَعُ فِي الْمُلِمَّاتِ. And you are the place where everyone flees to in times of misfortune. And it means everyone. Everyone goes there when this happens. La yandafi'u minha illa ma dafa'ta. None of them is repelled until you repel it. These problems that come, they will all stay in place until you repel those problems. Until you get rid of those problems are staying there. وَلَا يَنْكَشِفُ مِنْهَا إِلَّا مَا كَشَفَتْ. And none of them are removed until you remove them. وَقَدْ نَزَلَ بِي يَا رَبْ مَا قَدْ تَقَادَّنِي ثِقْلُهُ. Upon me has come down, my Lord, something whose weight burdens me. So here the dua changes course, but the first part of the dua is the Imam mentioning that Allah, you are in charge. You are the powerful one that makes things happen. And problems that come is from you. Difficulties that come are from you. No one else can bring about those difficulties but you. You make it happen. Nothing happens unless you grant it the ability to happen. And then all of this testing is from Allah, no one else. That's the first thing. And this is recognizing Allah's power. Humbling ourselves in recognizing that Allah, you're the one that makes this happen. Now we go to the second part of the dua. And this is where it starts. He says, Allah, I have been faced with a grave difficulty. A grave difficulty. And a hard one. It has stretched me. It is making me reach the brink of my breaking point. I am unable to deal with it. This is a reality of what's happening to me, to all of us. So it says that upon me has come down, my Lord, something whose weight burdens me. وَأَلَّمَ بِي مَا قَدْ بَهَدَنِي حَمْلُهُ. And upon me has fallen something whose weight oppresses me. I mean, it's so much weight on me because of this. The whole world is right now, in a matter of weeks, has gone from the arrogance of nothing is happening and we are in charge to we are hiding and we need help. Such a short time that everyone has been brought down to the knees. Superpowers have been brought down to the knees. Through your power, you have brought it down upon me. And through your authority, you have turned it towards me. Meaning, Allah, you did this for me. I recognize your power. You're the one doing it for me. None can send away what you have brought, and none can deflect what you have turned. And none can open what you have closed, and none can close what you have opened. Allahu Akbar. This is amazing. In looking at what Allah is saying, it's amazing. So truly, as we get towards the ending now, and we'll go to it, second part really is about me accepting the fact that you are the one who brings this down on us. The second part truly is saying that Allah, this testing is from you. This trial is from you. You're the one who's doing it. And then Imam goes to the third section, which is فَصَلِّ عَلَى مُحَمَّدْ وَآلِ مُحَمَّدْ وَافْتَلِي يَا رَبِّ بَابَ الْفَرَجْ بِطَوْلِكَ وَاكْثِرْ أَنِّي سُلْطَانَ الْحَمِّ بِحَوْلِكَ وَأَنِلْنِي حُسْنَ النَّظَرِ فِيمَا شَكَوْتُ وَأَذِقْنِي حَلَاوَةَ الصُّنْعِ فِيمَا سَأَلْتُ. Allah, open for me the door of relief through your grace. Break from me the authority of these worries through your strength. Confer the beauty of your gaze upon my complaint, and let me taste the sweetness of benefaction in what I ask. I'm making this dua to you, Allah. You are the one who can make this happen for me, so please do it out of the fact that you are graceful, you are kind, you are magnificent, you are powerful, you are merciful. Appoint for me from thyself a quick way out. Distract me not through worry from observing your obligations and acting in accordance with thy prescription. It's hard in difficult times. Allah, help me at this time so I am not distracted from you. I could be distracted from anyone but you. My capacity has been strained, and here where it comes to the real point. I have reached my capacity. I have reached my ability to handle problems. You know, it is a general concept in Islam, held in the Quran for all of us, that Allah does not test a people more than what they can bear. Only to the extent that you can bear this, Allah is going to test you to that, not more than that. And when you feel that and you call to Allah and say, Allah, I can't deal with this anymore, I can't bear this anymore, it's just getting too much for me, for my family, for my loved ones, for your creatures. That's when Allah listens to you. Now obviously Allah is not doing it more than that, but sometimes I feel it's more, I can't bear it, I'm breaking. And I ask Allah through that point right there, that point that I can't handle it anymore, Allah. You know, I cannot deal with it anymore. And when you do that, when you ask Allah for that, and that's what Imam is doing, then Allah opens it, relieves you of it. وَأَنْتَ الْقَادِرُ عَلَى كَشْفِ مَا مُنِيتُ بِهِ. You have the power to remove what has afflicted me, and you have the power to repel what has fallen upon me. So please do it, even though I don't merit that, I don't deserve it. Not by far. I don't deserve anything to take me out of this problem. But Allah, even though I don't deserve it, I ask you, because you are kind, you are magnificent, you are the possessor of the mighty throne and the power. So this dua right here, that's the end. That's it. That's all the dua there is. And it's a short dua. It's not a big dua. But it's very important, to show our ideology and our viewpoint in these times that we're facing. First, recognizing that Allah is in charge, that we all belong to Him, and whatever happens from Allah. And two, knowing that it's Allah who makes the relief happens. He is the one who brings it about. The whole point behind this truly is that it's these times where we actually start to build our relationship with our Creator. It gives us the opportunity to do that. And if a person cannot use an opportunity like this, it's very difficult for him to find Allah in ease and comfort. When you're relaxed, you're not thinking about your needs, you're thinking about luxury. But when you're in need, that's when you think about fundamental things, basic things, instinctive things. And this is pointing to that. It is these days that we are told to read this dua. Imam Sajjad has given this dua in Sahifa Sajjadiyah. Read it, reflect it, talk about it with your family, with your children, as to really look at the situation right now and see this. While everyone is running for bathroom tissues, you should be running for cementing your faith, for building yourself, for finding the true relationship between you and your master and your Creator, for thinking what's more important. So we really want to do these things, and I just raised it up, this dua, because it was advised by our leader, and we really want to make sure that happens. The whole world is going through problems. The whole world is facing it. Everyone, whether you're a Muslim, non-Muslim, mu'min, non-mu'min, doesn't matter now. We all are doing this together. We all are facing this together. Now it's like everyone has come face to face with a gold mine. It's up to everyone how much gold they want to dig out of it, how much treasure they want to take out of it. What capacity do you have to take the treasure out of the mine that everyone has just found and are standing? What are you going to do in these times? Truly, this is the question in front of us. Every day that's passing by, every moment that's passing by is a moment being lost in trying to take advantage of this situation. And truly, we want to pray to Allah, and we want to ask Him that Allah help us to find the greatness that's in place for us in these hard situations. So let's now attain that, and truly, as everyone is going through it, let me just come to what's happening nowadays. I mean, the number of people infected by this disease has reached 200,000 globally. That's 200,000 people affected by this disease. And now many people have lost their lives because of that. And there will be many more who will lose their lives, and until, truly we're able to contain this. And we truly want everyone to be safe and protected. We want everyone to make sure that you all are doing your part to protect yourself and your loved ones. And we go on from there. Truly, in these times where everyone is facing the same problem and the same disaster, and we're all going through this together, you see everyone's character and what they are made up of is going to be exposed. It's going to be revealed. It's in these times where people reveal themselves, not as just as individuals, but as nations. Because nations also have a general character that they portray to the world. You see, many nations right now are obviously, one, protecting themselves, but also want to make sure that everyone else in the world is going to be safe. And some people, they talk about it. Some people actually do it. You see, everyone goes through different measures according to their capacity, according to the character that they possess as a nation and as a people. And this is why, when you look at these circumstances, if everyone is going through a problem, let's say there's a horrible tragedy that's taking place and everyone is running, and then all of a sudden, for example, as you're running, you see someone who you didn't like or you had a personal grudge against. And as everyone is running to save their life and the lives of their loved ones, you decide, you know what, it's the time to take out your revenge and to go after that person and to take out your personal grudge against him. Now, disasters like this are supposed to make people forget their personal grudges by making them look beyond that and above that to a greater, broader vision. I mean, you look at people and you see that, wow, we are all going through this, so let's band together and protect ourselves. Even if I have to shake hands with someone I don't like, but you know what? This is the time for us to really forget our previous grievances or whatever problems we have, and we do this. What sort of a person would go on a personal vendetta at a time when everyone's life is in danger? That just shows his character. That just shows the person's character. What sort of a person is he? To be so small that in a tragedy that is so big and is meant for you to look deep into yourself and think bigger, it has made you think so small. It's just the fact that you're just a small person. If you do something like that, that just means that you're just a small person. How can you do something like this at this time? Really, it's not the time right now to do this. Everyone is trying to save themselves. So what I'm saying is that giving this true thinking, a thought, so that I can just read the next piece of information from you in the midst of all of these problems that we are going through. In the midst of all of these difficulties that everyone in the world is facing, United States, the government of America, comes out and has announced a new round of sanctions against the Islamic Republic of Iran. I mean, really, is this the time to even think about these things? Where did you even get the time to think about these things? When you see a person is on the ground and he's hurt, he's injured, he's dying, and he's lying on the ground, you come and you want to get a last kick in his gut? This is not a show of your power or strength. This is a show of how small we have become as a nation. Truly, this is something absurd. It says that U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo said on Tuesday that Washington had blacklisted 3 Iranian entities for engaging in what he called significant transactions to trade in Iranian petrochemicals. It goes on to say that that these new sanctions have been put on Iran in time when every country is trying to survive this disaster that we all are facing. I mean, really, there's protest for it, but everyone is isolated. And in the midst of all of this, you have that. I mean, you see a tornado going through your house, a tornado that goes through your house, and you find time for a personal vendetta. And they call it the maximum pressure campaign against the Islamic public. This is truly absurd. Really, as this happens, it is yet another proof of the character of this administration. That in the midst of all of this, you are how can you even think about such a thing? I mean, at least wait until we all get through these problems. But in the middle of this, you had the chance to do that. That itself is absurd. That itself is so ridiculous for them to even think about that. I mean, think about it, folks. I mean, really, isn't it so sad that they are even saying these things or even trying to do these things at a time when everyone is trying to help each other get out of it because it's for the betterment of all of us. It's like a nuclear bomb going off. When a nuclear bomb goes off, you're not just hurting that nation, you're affecting the whole world by it. You're destroying all of us. I mean, hence, in a situation like this, when we see that this disease and this epidemic has enveloped the whole world, and everyone is trying to, and they're straining to survive this. It is one of the, in words of experts, one of the grievous and most severe and astonishing epidemic that has ever happened. And the onset was so fast because today we are globally connected. That's another factor behind it. Travel is easy. People go around different places. We are so globally connected. Something that happened 100 years ago, it would stay in that relatively small area. But now, because of the global transition and transportation, and it's so easy and people are connected throughout the world, yes, so this disease has traveled very fast, catching many countries, in fact, the whole world off guard. The whole world off guard. This is not the time to try to blame others or trying to see who's to blame on that. When you have to save your life, first save your life, and then we will see where this started and what happened and who was at fault. It will be later. Right now is not the time for us to take shots at each other and to blame others when, you know what, everyone is trying to save their life. Again, this is from the Secretary of State, Mike Pompeo. He's been busy yesterday, as you can see, handing out sanctions, and then says about this that he has laid blame to Iran and China for this epidemic. Obviously, the administration has continued its line of racial slurs this whole week by naming this disease as the Wuhan flu or the China flu. You know, it started in China. It has nothing to do with China, but obviously they need, and keeping with the character of the administration that we have now, they have made this a Chinese name, and obviously the racial annotations for it is well known. But when you look at it, here's what it says. You know, he says that Iranian leaders, in regards to Iran, he says Iranian leaders have lied about the Wuhan Wuhan virus for weeks. The Iranian leadership is trying to avoid responsibility for their gross incompetence. What can you say about that? Now, looking at the statements made by the U.S. administration in the last few weeks, it started off by saying this is a hoax. Yes, this is a hoax. This is something that was made up by the Democrats or the liberal press and so forth. This was the statements 3 weeks ago by every important person in the administration, including the president. These were the statements. They didn't even want to deal with it in a state of denial. When everyone was shouting that this is serious. Even the top doctor in America, Dr. Fauci, was trying to tell the administration and everyone, don't take this as a joke. Don't take this lightly. But the administration was in keeping with their character, just trying to say that it's a hoax until it became a reality in front of them, and they all had to be faced with that. So now he calls Iran incompetent for dealing with it, as opposed to America, which was calling it a hoax 3 weeks ago. This is truly an absurd statement. That why are you even trying to blame others when who in the world, in this whole world right now, in the face of this disease, was not incompetent? No one was expecting it. It caught everyone off guard. No one was prepared for it. Some countries had it before others, so they had a worse case scenario there. But then other countries that it's coming to, and the countries that got it later, were able to use the experience of the countries that had it before, like China and Iran. And they were able to now figure out how to contain it better. It wasn't expected. And truly, to right now, to go on and lay blame and point fingers at other people in this time when we all are just trying to survive, it's truly a really sad situation when it comes to leadership in this world today. Pompeo goes on. He doesn't stop there. No, he was busy yesterday. And he has repeatedly made a point of avoiding the virus's formal name, choosing instead to refer to it as the Wuhan virus in an attempt to emphasize the pandemic's likely origins in China. Speaking about Chinese leaders, Pompeo said, the disinformation campaign that they are waging is designed to shift responsibility. Now is not the time for recrimination. Now it is a time to solve this global pandemic and work to take down risks to Americans and people all across the world. Okay, great. Yeah, now you said that, but look who's doing the talking. You're the one talking all these things about other countries and blaming them for it, and you're saying it's not time to blame anyone. How is it possible? Well, I mean, how can we explain to this administration, which has been really incompetent in dealing with the situation, knowing that it has happened in China so long ago, and it's coming, and there was warnings everywhere, and they did not pay attention to these warnings because they are so engulfed in their bubble thinking that the media, the liberals, the science community, the educated community is trying to get them and trying to fool them, that they ignored a major catastrophe when a lot of things could have been done proactively. And this is why responsibility is very important right now. People are taking responsibility themselves. And it's good that they're doing that. It's not a credit to the government or the administration. People naturally self-preserve. They naturally have the tendency to preserve themselves and to see how they can save themselves, which is good. And it's kicking in, but really we need to do our part in making this work better. A lot of people are doing some great things, and kudos to all of them. In a lot of the centers and masjids, I heard drives by people to collect food. Really, and everyone should do that. All of you out there in any centers and communities that are in, truly see that, you know what, there are people who could not buy food. There are people who are too old to go and buy food and stand in lines and fight with the other customers in Walmart for the bathroom tissue that was the last piece left. And they couldn't get it. They couldn't get bread or something like that. Truly, it is time that at least what we can do is that we can collect the food in the masjid. You know, in all the centers that are out there, you all should do that. Many of the centers are already doing it. Kudos for them, and may Allah bless them for this idea that they have. And it's a great idea, and I think that they are doing an amazing job of trying to collect food and necessities and having it in one place so that the people in the community can come there, and if they aren't able to get it, or they can deliver it there. Whatever, there will be volunteers to do that. So please, these are efforts that are needed now, and they are not. It is our responsibility, one, as a believer, because I was just reading a fatwa from the Maraji, including Ayatollah Khamenei, who was asked regarding the health workers and people who are working with people, and are interacting with people as their job. And he said that really, and Ayatollah Sistani also has said that saving the lives and attending to the needs of the believers is wajib. We need to attend to the needs of the believers, and as a community, and every leadership in every community that's out there, every center in America, you should take this at hand now. It is time to show your leadership and to start these programs up where we can say that, you know what, I have this extra in my house. I don't need this. Maybe there's nothing out there, but we have something for our own people. Let's try to distribute that to people that are in need in our community. Let them know that there's a resource center that they can come to. Whatever services can be offered, you should be doing that right now. And these are the things that truly are going to build us as a community. And all the ulama out there who are in different communities, resident alims, should be encouraging the people to unite at this time. There's no reason right now to try to divide people, whether they don't have the same belief system as yours, if they don't have the same imam as yours. Really, it should not be the case right now. Right now, what should be thinking that I have the chance to save people, to bring them together. That's what we need to be doing. That's what we need to be doing at this moment. Do not do not put yourself in that situation where you are trying to divide people, and again raising issues that are going to divide us and to bring friction amongst us. We don't need that. And if you're doing it, then it's truly, please sit down, sit back, relax, and think about it. It's not the time to do that. It is a time for all of us to truly work with each other and survive this. And this is going to bring us together at the end. So this is an advice for all of us, and heartfelt advice, that really I want to give is that use this time in the best way possible. Be a part of the solution in trying to solve this. And you know what? Allah is going to bless us. And in His divine grace, He's going to lift us up to the next level that we all should be going to. So I pray that all of you are safe and sound, and that Allah keeps you that way, and your family and the loved ones. And truly, in remembering our Imam and the Imam of our time in this situation, as he is truly the shade of mercy on us. So I want to let you know that we will be having this program every day. Tune in to us, please. We'll let you know where it is. You can see it on the screen. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And you can, on Facebook, you can find us at Divine Allegiance. And you can email your questions you might have, comments you might have. You can do a video of yourself with a question, a video question. Also send it to us, and we will gladly put it on the show. Our email address is divineallegiance12. That's 12, the number 12. divineallegiance12@gmail.com. And you can also find us on Twitter at Divine Allegiance, and you can follow us on Instagram at Divine Allegiance 12. And YouTube also, we have it at Divine Allegiance. You can see all our shows there. So subscribe to our channel, and truly we will see you again tomorrow. That's going to conclude our episode. We will try to upload these videos daily. I am Maulana Baig. I'll see you next time. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh.